particular, conference by the ANC. I'm particularly interested to learn more, of course, about just some of the things that have come out, including the launch of this foundation course to address corrupt leaders, unruly behavior, and to raise intellectual capacity within the party, as we've heard there from Party President Cyril Ramaphosa.
Indeed, Unathi, a lot to actually take from this 4-day ANC NEC. And like you've correctly cited, that today was the launch of the foundation course, which is actually a mass political education, system or program for the ANC. It is compulsory, however, for every card-carrying member of the ANC and everybody who claims to be an ANC member to actually undergo, I beg your pardon, from the top 7 officials to your PEC leadership, to regional, and then the branches. We do understand that this program will be rolled out next year, and it's actually expected to end in 2026. It comprises of 5 modules, which, like I said, is compulsory. But what's also interesting, that this foundation course also brings in something new, and this is what the president of the ANC had actually touched on yesterday: the membership system of the ANC. We heard there Mahlengi Bhengu-Motsiri, who's the ANC's former deputy president, saying that this foundation course actually highlights that separate process, Unathi, to actually distinguish the members of the ANC as to say who is a real member of the ANC as opposed to who is the ANC supporter. And, Mr. Motlanthe there just basically saying and suggesting that this process can then be used to actually re-sign the 600,000 members of the ANC. But to talk to us more, we're joined by Mahlengi Bhengu-Motsiri, who's the ANC's spokesperson, and we'll just engage on these issues. Mahlengi, a lot came out of today, but I think what's also interesting, what we picked up on, is the new membership system of the ANC. We spoke to David Makura, who's the head of political education. He had said that this foundation course also brings about this program of the membership system of the ANC, where there are some proposals to actually say if a person, if a prospective member of society wants to join the ANC, they should actually write a motivational letter. Also coupled with that, they need to undergo a rigorous scrutinizing process of actually joining the party.
No, absolutely. We would have indicated that the launch of the foundation course in political education forms part of the many restoration and renewal and rebuilding, party rebuilding measures. We did also highlight the fact that the membership system of the ANC needed, if the organizational renewal is to happen, we do need to tinker with the membership system as it stands now. Why should we do this? In order to make sure that instances where we have members that are not inducted properly, are not signed up with the ANC properly, that does not happen. And that where we have situations where members get bought for the purposes of buying votes at conference, and making sure also that anyone that joins the ANC, when they take the oath that is contained, it is an oath that has been thought through, and these are people who are coming for the right reasons to fulfill the ANC's historical mission of achieving a national democratic society. So the review of the membership system really is aligned to the bigger idea and the bigger program of the renewal of the ANC. I know that this could, if not well articulated and well understood, could really trigger a number of anxieties and fears among our support base and among our members. And we do want to assure our members that the requirements to be a member of the ANC in good standing are not meant to be exclusionary. They are meant to convert somebody from being a supporter into an active member of the ANC. You would be required, for example, to go through this foundation course. You would be required, for example, to be located demographically, in terms of demographics, to be located geographically, so that we have a full understanding that out of all the wards we have in South Africa, what is the type of organic presence that the ANC has across the country? So, it's not meant to exclude anyone. It is meant to ensure that our processes of admitting members are rigorous and so that we can then produce quality leadership and quality leadership by extension.
And this is also to mitigate the issue of, branches and ANC members being self-serving as well. My understanding also of this foundation course is that you're trying to turn ANC members into genuine, community activists wherever the ANC is actually.
Absolutely. One of the requirements for anyone that is be going through this foundation course that was launched today would be community activism. It's one of the requirements that going forward we would require that anyone that's a member of the ANC demonstrates the work that they do to connect the ANC with communities, and I would say to reconnect the ANC with communities, because this cause will really be a hollow idea if it does not translate to making sure that the ANC regains the confidence by the people of South Africa on the ANC.
Mahlengi, I guess a lot of questions also around this foundation course. Other people will probably be asking themselves, so what happens if I fail? What happens if I pass? Will exams be taken by these ANC members in the branches, or is it just a 5-module course where they just study, learn the history of the ANC, the constitution also, and how the ANC could actually help move South Africa forward, as your modules actually state?
No, absolutely. The latter, it is. It is the idea of cultivating learning and lifelong learning among our members. And what better way to start is to get people to understand what the ANC is all about, and be able to articulate that to whoever cares to know about what the ANC stands for. It is not meant to be pass one, or you don't pass and you get failed, or pass one, pass all, but it is meant to individually support all our people that are part of the ANC to be the best representatives of the people, because we're also not just doing it for the ANC for the sake of it. It is to enable the ANC to be the best instrument to help move the transformation of South Africa and the achievement of the National Democratic Society forward. So yes, there would not be instances where people are excluded on the basis of the fact that they may not have acquitted themselves well in understanding, for example, the geopolitical situation, and people will be coming at different levels. I must also add that there are advanced courses anyway that are being offered by the OR Tambo School of Leadership, and some of which are mandatory for public representatives. Already we are implementing that. Remember that one of the requirements for you to be an MP, you should have gone through certain modules in the OR Tambo School of Leadership, including for your nomination as a councillor to represent the ANC. So this thing is in full swing. But what this does, it unleashes a mass political education program that is monitorable, we can be measured, can be evaluated, and we hope by the time we go to the National General Council to have a tentative reflection of how it has proceeded from today into next year. As David Makura indicated, who's our head of our political education department, already 300 trainers. We're getting out of here to proceed to train 300 would-be trainers, and because we just don't want to, we want to keep the momentum, and we want this thing to actually assist us as we do the recruiting. One of the reasons we adopted what is called a party building program that will see us going to branches, to regions, all National Executive Committee members being deployed, is to ensure that when political education happens, it is paired with active organization building, and that is being driven by our organizing department. So we're putting all of those processes together to make sure that we can justify to South Africans that indeed we are on a path of renewal, and to ensure that the ANC reoccupies the place that it occupied among the people of South Africa as an agent for transformation, and to ensure that some of the things that have not gone right in the 30 years, particularly when we achieved democracy and we went into government, that we can reflect, self-correct, self-circumspect, and we use all of these platforms that I'm referring to, including our communication, how we interact with our people we're going to be having a very strong drive around engaging in the battle of ideas in society, because as much as the ANC has had challenges internally that are endogenous to the ANC and then extend to the work we do in government, there are many things that where we can tick and say this is what was done by an ANC-led government, and that is why today we are having measures, for example, to combat poverty and inequality. We know that our social transformation programs have worked for many of the people of South Africa. A whole lot more should be done, and a whole lot more could have been done if we really stemmed, if we really attended, all of us, the ANC and society, because we are called the leader of society, because many South Africans look up to the ANC to do the things for which it was set up. That is why there's such a strong focus on upholding ethical and integrity management. And I think we've demonstrated the strides we're making in that regard.
Mahlengi, thank you so much for your time. Of course, it would be interesting to actually follow up, on this new membership system of the ANC and the modalities, around it. Because earlier on, we also heard there, Mr. Makura saying that there will be a probation period for those prospective ANC members, a 6 months probation period. But of course, as the SABC News, we will interrogate the story further and give you all the latest updates. As for me, it's back to you in studio.
Indeed, Natasha, thank you so much for that. Okay, Natasha Phiri just bringing us up to speed in terms of that